Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I have a very good friend of mine who is currently pursuing her bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication. Currently, she holds two offers in two of the most renowned firms, and the whole idea of having her in today's channel was to make you guys understand as to how actually a placement process works. So, without wasting much time, over to you, Aditi. Aditi, can you just give us a brief about yourself?
Sure. Thanks for the introduction, Aman. Hi guys, I'm Aditi Jalaj. I'm from BMS College of Engineering. I'm in my fourth year and my CGPA is 8.7. So I have two offers currently with me. The first is an internship offer from Hewlett Packard Enterprise, which is a part of my fourth year internship. And the second one is a full-time offer from Oracle Server Tech, which is a software domain of Oracle.
That's great,
Yeah.
Aditi. Aditi, can you just explain us what electronics and telecommunication is all about?
Sure. So electronics and telecommunication is a branch very similar to electronics and communications. The only difference is that in our final year we study more on mobile telecommunication and satellite communication, etc. Uh, so in our second and third year we have subjects like analog and digital electronics and digital communications, analog communications as well. We also have subjects microcontrollers, VLSI, etc. And we also have some subjects that are very similar to what they have in computer science, like operating system, one programming language like C, C++, and computer networks. So, say it's a mix of both hardware and software. So, suppose I'm doing a project, electronic voting machine, I'll be using an Arduino board, uh, other components, other electronic components like wires, LCD, etc., to rig up the whole circuit. But I'll also be coding in my logic through a software platform like the Arduino. So, yeah.
Right. Aditi, talking from placement point of view, like what all subjects one need to focus on when it comes to particularly your branch, which is the circuit one.
Okay. So when you're sitting for core companies, so these core companies mainly revolve around digital electronics or VLSI or system on chips. So you'll have to be conceptually focused on all of these subjects that we study throughout our engineering. Uh, and if you sit for software domain, then you have to be very well versed with one programming language is enough. You don't have to know all, you don't have to know all the programming languages, but one programming language like Java or C++ is enough. Data structures and algorithms is really, really important. And again, the subjects that we study like OS concepts or networking concepts, those are really important.
Right. Aditi, like when it comes to consultancy companies, they usually have like aptitude and
Yeah.
GD. But when it comes to electronics or say any core for that matter, what kind of rounds can one expect?
Yeah, so the first round, it's usually MCQ based. It's a 2 hour or a 1 hour uh, online exam, which has questions from both aptitude as well as technical. So these technical questions relate to database management system, which has SQL queries and others. And you have a lot of conceptual questions from data structures and algorithms too, like if the pre-order traversal is given, then you have to make the post-order traversal or questions related to red black tree, a lot of MCQs on that, uh, the time complexity, which is a better approach, etc. And you have questions on DBMS, computer networks, operating system, also commands are there, and C++
Right.
or Java related concepts.
Right. Aditi, also one thing, there goes a lot of confusion around resume. So, like, what do you
Okay.
think? Like, is a page of, I mean, एक page resume ka is it good enough, or do you suggest someone to have a resume of like 2-3 pages?
No, no, 2 3 pages. The more number of pages you have shows that you're supposed to be fully uh, well versed with all of that. But
Right.
usually that's not the case. Or usually you should stick to one page. और
Right.
जो आता है सिर्फ वही डालना है. So if you put in projects जो किसी और like your friends have done it, they're gonna catch hold of you the very minute you start talking about it. So जो आता है सिर्फ वही डालना है, and projects, your own personal projects are really important. Then the skill set, whatever it is. Suppose you're putting in a project, so they're not just going to limit. They don't look for this. They don't look for you to summarize the project because
Right.
it's written. It's already there on your project. But the components they've used, they will ask you. They can ask you about one component for 30 minutes straight. So
Right.
that's how minute they go. That's how detailed they look at. So that's the thing with your resume, and include your courses. Include only things that you really know. Suppose you've done a course and you don't remember it on the day of the interview, delete that off.
Right.
And it's very well and it's really important to be very well prepared with your resume. And if, you should always do a mock interview, ask your senior or your friend to interview you just on your resume.
Right. Also, Aditi, despite the fact that you were from a electronics background, but you have still backed an IT company. So, if you can just throw
Yeah.
some light on your preparation strategy and the do's and don'ts for someone who is in computer science.
Yeah, so that's the thing with electronics. So despite the fact that uh, I am a non-computer science student, I could shift to software because already हम लोग के course में there were things like assembly language or embedded C. So I already knew C, and
Right.
I had to study C++ and practice coding questions. So 3 or 4 months in advance, I
Right.
started looking for online platforms. So I would stick to Geeks for Geeks. I would solve say 2-3 questions, programming questions every day. But one thing to note here is that agar you don't want to read through the code, ऐसा नहीं है कि you'll just read through the code and you'll go and just speak it out. That's not how it works. You have to practice it. If possible, write down the code yourself. Or
Right.
kabhi kabhi I used to spend like 4 hours on one single question because I wasn't getting the output. But then suddenly it would just strike me, and then I would try my logic. But I was also, it's very important to look for the optimal solution too, because that's how they're gonna test you. So even when you go for interviews, they'll first expect you to tell your own logic, and they'll direct you to reach for the optimized solution too.
Right.
So it's, yeah.
Now, Aditi, one more thing which I wanted to understand is like, say, what if a situation arises where the interviewer asks you something and you don't know? So, how would you tackle that?
Yeah, so it's very important to know how to tackle that as well. Saying no is the easiest thing in the world. You can, if you really don't know what the question is all about, you can say that you cannot recall it or you don't know. But you also, the very next line should be, okay, I don't know this, but I have a fair idea of the other concepts which are
Right.
similar. And you have to take the interviewer to question you on the things you know. And
Right.
that is why it's very important to make a good resume and include the things that you know really well. So yes, that.
Right. Also,
And
Aditi, yeah,
okay.
yeah, please
So
continue.
even if I'd like to add on to that. So even if you don't know it, tell them that you're open to learning it, and you're gonna go back and research more about it. And yes, basically you should have this approach wherein you should be showing your interest or your inquisitiveness. So yes.
Right. Right. And how important is the HR round? Usually what
Yeah.
people think is after they clear technical, they find they kind of think themselves that they have made into that company,
Mail.
right? But
Yeah.
what, according to you, how important is the HR round?
HR round is very important. I think people just overlook the importance of it, but then it's really important. It's very important to practice your HR interview in advance, because you don't want to use big things like uh, I have like things that just sound very bookish. Instead, you want to be more honest, like say things like, as a fresher, I'm looking to explore. and HR, like you want to show your whole attitude. So basically, they don't know you. These people, the interviewers, they don't know you, but you want to, in those 2-3 hours of time that you spend with them, you want to tell them everything about yourself, and that's how. And your attitude, you have to carry the correct attitude, your willingness to learn. And they ask you questions like, why did you not get selected in your previous company? So
Right.
you say the way to answer here is, you tell them that you weren't prepared for that concept before, but then you went back, did your homework, and now you've come prepared with it. So
Right.
that will show that you did your homework. You did not, you learned basically.
Right. I think this is something which, people would really find helpful in their HR round. Aditi, also,
Yeah.
if you have any suggestion for the juniors, who are in first years, and someone who is in third year who will have, placements like few months down the line now.
Yeah, so I'd advise all of the juniors to maintain a good relationship with your seniors, because they're gonna update you on the latest technology, that the latest trend that is happening in the market.
Right.
And apart from that, I'll tell you that do courses, invest in personal projects. Yeah. So the project that you show on your resume, they are very very important. I told
Mhm.
that before. But you should, suppose you're an electronic student, but then you want to move to software, so you want to have 2-3 software projects which
Project
you
as well.
did all by yourselves,
Right.
and they'll quiz you and twist you like anything. And also about other things, yeah. And even when you're sitting in the interview room, it's you can feel very pressured because of the whole environment and the process that you're going through. But you shouldn't lose your cool, and you should be able to articulate very well, like whatever you have in your mind, you should think coherently and let it all out. And when you're approaching a problem, make sure that you speak like however you're approaching, because it's very important to think out loud. That really helped me in my last the second offer.
Right.
And Also, when you're approaching a problem, make sure that you don't rush towards the solution. Just keep approaching it like you were sitting alone, or you would have done it when you were not in that environment. So that way it will help you to be cool, and also take your own time, I'd say. And but then approach it the right way.
Right. Like what I could understand is it is okay if you arrive at something wrong, but what really matters
Yeah,
is approach in the interview.
yeah, that's a very important thing. Yeah.
Right. I hope, Aditi, you had a good time here with us, and I hope this video
And
will.
I'd also like to add on one
Yeah.
thing. Regarding internships, I did only one internship,
Okay.
but if it's really helpful for this company that you're sitting for, mention it. But then I'd rather highlight the projects you do and your skill set more, because I think that really makes the difference. Because in internship you're working for someone else, but if you're really learning something, then it's good. But projects are really, like, projects you just can't do without. You
Right.
have to have good projects on your resume.
Right. Right. So thank you, Aditi, for your time. I hope
Yeah.
this video will help a lot of juniors. And yeah, that's it from our end. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.